Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft video. We are back on the Afterlife server, and you may remember in the last episode we set up a farm for these guys right here. So today we're going to be setting a little shop up in the shopping district to sell them. I've actually marked out an area already that I think will be great for our shop. So right here is where I've marked out, and the reason I've picked this location is because I think I want to have the shop be themed towards something like the lost city of Atlantis, but maybe part of it is not lost. I mean, that makes sense to me, I think. But yeah, just going by this here, I think was built by Tinkfro. It is more of a Greek style with the columns and things, and I think it'll match up well with the plans I have for the shop to go here. But I do need to get some resources, and some of them are a little bit more tricky to get, are a bit more time consuming maybe, so let us go and do that first of all. And that first material is endstone, as I'm going to go for a endstone and sandstone mix for our little themed area there. I think that might work out better than, or maybe not better, but a little bit different than the typical quartz, and quartz is expensive, so this is going to be a lot easier to gather up some of this. So we'll get a couple of stacks, then we'll head out and get some sand. Alright, everything has been gathered up along with all of the rest of the materials that we require in these boxes here. So I think that means it is time for a time lapse. So sit back, relax and enjoy. Wait, I just had a bit of a thought. So this is going to be a build about themed like the city of Atlantis, and I've picked a spot that is up on top of a hill and it's going to look like it's flooded, which doesn't really make sense considering the water level is away down there. So after thinking that through, I have found a little spot over here. This space here that is left over, this kind of square, is about the right size that we need for the build, and it's still pretty much in the shopping district if we're coming down this way. So I think I'm going to build it in this part of this river, and then it'll make more sense to look like it is flooded and potentially has been sunken at one point in its lifetime. So we're going to move our area from there to here. And this time, we're actually going to get to work building. So, once again, sit back, relax, and enjoy. And there we go guys, the shop is complete and I think it turned out pretty cool. As I said before, it goes with this Atlantis theme that has maybe been sunken or partially sunken at one point in time. That's why I wanted to move it down here by the river. If we take a look up a little bit here. So the river comes through this way, and yeah, it is just sitting there. And it didn't make too much sense to be up on the hill if it has got so much water around. But it's now officially opened and I have stocked it as we see over here. So let's go take a look in the barrel. So 20 diamonds each for a trident I think is reasonable. I mean, they do have mending and unbreaking already on them as well. So it's, which cost me, well, roughly a diamond each for the books. I do have my own villagers though, so it's not going to cost me too much to get that, but it's around about 18 diamonds then plus the 2 diamonds for the book. So I think that's a fair price. I think the thing with those tridents is most people will probably only be buying one. You probably buy a trident, then never need to buy any more. unless you die and lose it somehow, but I think that is a decent price. I was going to price it a little bit higher, but I want people to actually come and buy them because I don't have many diamonds. The current diamond total I have is this 32 diamonds. So yeah, let me quickly sleep here. So yeah, hopefully people come and I will let them know in the Discord that it is now open and they can buy themselves a trident. I'm also selling Nautilus shells over here. I'm just selling 2 shells for 1 diamond, which again, they're pretty rare. So unless you have a farm like mine, it's hard to get a lot of these. And you do need 8 to make 1 Heart of the Sea. So that makes it easier for people to buy 8. They can just buy, you know, however many they need. And I'm just going to give away the down heads for free. Just free down heads if they want them, because I get far too many and I don't need stacks upon stacks of heads. So yeah, that's the shop all done and ready to use. And I'll come back and check this maybe tomorrow or the day after and see if anyone has actually purchased a trident. So we're back here at the base, and I think I want to tidy up this area here as it's looking a little bit plain and there is no detail on this little section in the middle between this path that goes all the way around. And I think I want to add a fountain or something in here. It's probably a good thing just to have in this circle area. Might have it to be floating, that way it would look quite magical. So yeah, I think if we take maybe quartz or something, and nope, not there. Do a little bit of a circle with these. Let me see, do this maybe. Do some stairs in between. Something like that, with maybe slabs on these corner ones. Alright, cool. And then I think that probably needs to be quartz down there as well. Alright, and then I think for the main fountain part, probably do it out of amethyst. That way it will go with the rest of the amethyst things we have in this area, as that is going to be the main magical looking block that we use. So something around about there. So something like that, I think that works. Maybe looks better once the water's in. I think water's going to come down the middle there and then flow out each one of these sides, so it's like 4 streams coming down. Yeah, I think maybe we need to put some of these amethyst crystals down on the actual fountain part. So let's take some of these, maybe these ones. So we could do like that. I think that works. So we could do that on each one of these sides, and then that ties in these crystals in purple colour with the bottom here. I did not mean to place that there. Something like that. Probably do need to add in the water now. So with the water in, it looks pretty cool. I think I like the style of this amethyst here floating up in the sky and tying in the rest of the area with this magical amethyst colour. I think it might need a little bit extra work around the outside. I'm thinking using purple stained glass just to give that magical spell look going around it. And then I think we do need to, after we add that in, we do need to work on the land a little bit here, bone meal it up a little bit, some leaves and things around, some moss as well, and make this place look like it has been settled into the rest of the environment here. So I'm going to do that, and then we can take a look at the final product. And there we go, it's all finished. I thought I would turn the shaders on just to have a quick look at it, and I think it turned out pretty cool. So we have it all overgrown down there at the bottom. We have some of the amethyst leaking out from the bottom as well, spreading into the ground, into the area. And yet we have our floating fountain there. I added the glass panes just to give that extra bit of detail to make it look magic. Looks a little bit strange in the sunlight. But I think it works out cool, and as I said, I've just done a lot of these moss blocks, azalea flowers and everything all over the place. And pretty much the entire area will be overgrown like this style in between all of the buildings and things, and then there'll be custom trees around the area, so there should be no real open plain bits of grass like this, or even if you come over to this side where we have these plain areas, this will all be changed out to this style. And yeah, I do need to still make the path up there to this observatory. So I do think that's my next task, is to figure out where this path will join on and how we can connect up from here. And what I want to do as well is if we come over to this area, a little bit of lag there. So we have the main path going up here. I think I want to branch off around about this area somewhere to run along here, and then these buildings will access from this road, and then this will kind of run behind the buildings that'll be there, and it will come all the way down this way till about here somewhere, and then we can have a few things down in this area, probably more of a slum area or run down, poorer area with farming type buildings and things, just like maybe run down a little bit. So that's the plan, that's the idea, I think, just to split it off a little bit, because this area is quite wide here. We take a look from up here, go from there to there. It's quite a wide area to fit in buildings, so if we split it up with a little path, we can have buildings either side of that path, and it can be an extra road around through the town. So what I've done is spend some time on the area here and just kind of get a path running up to the observatory. So we've just got a little path running up there, and as you can see, I've put in a lot more decoration with the leaves and things, bone meal the area, use some moss and things, and it fills out the area nicely. When you walk through here, you have built up more on the left and right, no big empty spaces of grass anymore, so that's pretty cool. I want to do this, like I said, pretty much everywhere to fill in all the empty spaces of grass. I might put some little structures and things here and there once we get more complete with the village, like little wagons and carts and things like that, just to fill out some empty space as well. And then, like I said, mentioning down here, we do have another path running down. So again, this will lead down this direction to another area where we can have buildings, and we can have ones either side of this path, and it just leads off the main road here, and this will be used for the main road, as we know, for the whole entire area. Then there'll be smaller little pathways and walkways in between each of the buildings, like alleyways and things like that, to navigate in between, and I think most likely to get down to the dock area at the front. But now that that's done, it's actually been a few days since we built up the shop over in the shopping district for the Trident, so I'm going to head over there and see if we have actually made any sales, as like I said, I've not checked it in a few days. So hopefully people have been spending their diamonds, and I've actually made something for the first time this season for actually selling something. So let's take a little... oh. Mr. Tinkfro, excuse you. Did he buy my Nautilus shells in order to sell Heart of the Sea? That is classic Tink right there, classic Tink. Oh, brilliant. So no one's bought any Tridents yet, unfortunately, and there has been some Heart of the Seas, or sorry, some Nautilus shells sold, and I see Heart of the Seas being sold here. But yes, this is our first few diamonds we've made from selling anything on the server, so that's pretty cool. Looks like nothing really needs restocked. I don't know if people not really been on since I've built this. It has been, I think, 2 days, so we'll give people a little bit more time. I may see if I've got any more of these to restock and do a little bit more AFKing over at the farm. But I think, guys, with that, we're going to have to end it for today, as I run out of time for today's episode. So I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you like the shop and the design. I think it turned out pretty cool, and hopefully we can start making some serious diamonds with those tridents right there behind me. But other than that, again, thank you very much for watching, and until the next one, bye bye.